Debarim, Deuteronomy chapter 24. When a man takes a wife and shall marry her, then it shall be, if she finds no favor in his eyes, because he has found a matter of shamefulness in her, and he shall write her a certificate of divorce, and put it in her hand, and send her out of his house. And if she left his house and went and became another man's wife, and the later husband shall hate her and write her a certificate of divorce and put it in her hand and send her out of his house, or when the later husband dies who took her to be his wife, then her former husband who sent her away is not allowed to take her back to be his wife after she has been defiled, for that would be an abomination before Yahuah. And do not bring sin on the land which Yahweh your Elohim is giving you as an inheritance. When a man has taken a new wife, let him not go out into the army, nor let any matter be imposed upon him. He shall be exempt 1 year for the sake of his home, to rejoice with his wife whom he has taken. No one takes in pledge the lower or the upper millstone, for he would be taking a life in pledge. When a man is found kidnapping any of his brothers of the children of Yisrael and treats him harshly or sells him, then that kidnapper shall die. Thus you shall purge the evil from your midst. Take heed, in an outbreak of leprosy, to diligently guard and do according to all that the Kohanim, the Levites, teach you. As I have commanded them, so you shall guard to do. Remember what Yahweh your Elohim did to Miriam on the way when you came out of Mitzrayim. When you lend your brother a loan, do not go into his house to get his pledge. Stand outside and let the man to whom you lend bring the pledge out to you. And if the man is poor, do not sleep with his pledge. By all means, return the pledge to him at sundown, and he shall sleep in his own garment, and shall barak you. And it shall be righteousness to you before Yahweh your Elohim. Do not oppress a hired servant who is poor and needy, of your brothers or of the strangers who is in your land within your gates. Give him his wages on the same day, and do not let the sun go down on it, for he is poor and lifts up his being to it, so that he does not cry out against you to Yahweh, and it shall be sin in you. Fathers are not put to death for their children, and children are not put to death for their fathers. Each is to die for his own sin. Do not twist the right ruling of a stranger or the fatherless, nor take the garment of a widow. But you shall remember that you were a slave in Mitzrayim, and that Yahweh your Elohim redeemed you from there. Therefore, I am commanding you to do this word. When you reap your harvest in your field and have forgotten a sheaf in the field, do not go back to get it. Let it be for the stranger, for the fatherless, and for the widow, so that Yahweh your Elohim might barak you in all the work of your hands. When you beat your olive trees, do not examine the branch behind you. Let it be for the stranger, for the fatherless, and for the widow. When you gather the grapes of your vineyard, do not glean behind you. Let it be for the stranger, for the fatherless, and for the widow. And you shall remember that you were a slave in the land of Mitzrayim. Therefore, I am commanding you to do this word. Debarim, Deuteronomy chapter 25. When there is a dispute between men, then they shall come unto judgment, and they shall be judged, and the righteous declared righteous, and the wicked declared wicked. And it shall be, if the wicked is to be beaten, that the judge shall cause him to lie down and be beaten in his presence with the number of blows according to his wickedness. 40 blows he gives him, but no more, lest he beat him with many more blows than these, or your brother be degraded before your eyes. Do not muzzle an ox while it is threshing. When brothers dwell together, and one of them has died and has no son, the widow of the dead man shall not become a stranger's outside. her husband's brother goes into her, and shall take her as his wife, and perform the duty of a husband's brother to her. And it shall be that the firstborn son which she bears rises up for the name of his dead brother, so that his name is not blotted out of Israel. But if the man does not desire to take his brother's wife, then let his brother's wife go up to the gate to the elders and say, My husband's brother refuses to raise up a name to his brother in Yisrael. He does not agree to perform the duty of my husband's brother. The elders of his city shall then call him and speak to him, and he shall stand and say, I have no desire to take her. Then his brother's wife shall come to him in the presence of the elders, and remove his sandal from his foot, and shall spit in his face, and answer and say, Thus it is done to the man who does not build up his brother's house. And in Yisrael his name shall be called the house of him who had his sandal removed. When men fight together, a man with another, and the wife of one shall draw near to rescue her husband from the hand of the one attacking him, and shall put her hand out and seize him by the genitals, then you shall cut off her hand. Your eye does not pardon. You shall not have in your bag differing weights, a heavy and a light. You shall not have in your house differing measures, a large and a small. You shall have a perfect and right weight, a perfect and right measure, so that they prolong your days on the land which Yahweh your Elohim is giving you. For all who do these and all who do unrighteously are an abomination to Yahweh your Elohim. Remember what Amalek did to you on the way as you were coming out of Mitzrayim, how he met you on the way and attacked your back, all the feeble ones in your rear, when you were tired and weary. And he did not revere Elohim. Therefore it shall be, when Yahweh your Elohim has given you rest from your enemies all around, in the land which Yahweh your Elohim is giving you to possess as an inheritance, that you blot out the remembrance of Amalek from under the Shamayim. Do not forget. Debarim, Deuteronomy, chapter 26. And it shall be, when you come into the land which Yahweh your Elohim is giving you as an inheritance, and you possess it and dwell in it, that you shall take some of the fruit of all the fruits of the land, which you bring from your land that Yahweh your Elohim is giving you, and shall put it in a basket, and go to the place where Yahweh your Elohim chooses to make his name dwell there. And you shall come to the one who is Kohen in those days, and say to him, I shall declare today to Yahweh your Elohim that I have come to the land which Yahweh swore to our fathers to give us. And the Kohen shall take the basket from your hand and place it before the altar of Yahweh your Elohim. And you shall answer and say before Yahweh your Elohim, My father was a perishing Aramean, and he went down to Mitzrayim and sojourned there with few men. And there he became a nation great, mighty, and numerous. But the Mitzrites did evil to us, and afflicted us, and imposed hard labor on us. Then we cried out to Yahweh Elohim of our fathers, and Yahweh heard our voice, and saw our affliction, and our toil, and our oppression. And Yahweh brought us out of Mitzrayim with a strong hand, and with an outstretched arm, with great reverence, and with signs and wonders. And he brought us to this place, and has given us this land, a land flowing with milk and honey. And now see, I have brought the first fruits of the land which you, O Yahweh, have given me. Then you shall place it before Yahweh your Elohim, and bow down before Yahweh your Elohim, and shall rejoice in all the good which Yahweh your Elohim has given to you and your house, you and the Levite and the stranger who is among you. When you have completed tithing all the tithe of your increase in the 3rd year, which is the year of tithing, and have given it to the Levite, to the stranger, to the fatherless, and to the widow, and they have eaten within your gates and have been satisfied, then you shall say before Yahweh your Elohim, I have put away the Kodesh portion from my house, and also have given it to the Levite, and to the stranger, and to the fatherless, and to the widow, according to all your command which you have commanded me. I have not transgressed your commands, nor have I forgotten. I have not eaten any of it when in mourning, nor have I removed any of it for any unclean use, nor given any of it for the dead. I have obeyed the voice of Yahuah my Elohim. I have done according to all that you have commanded me. Look from your Kodesh dwelling place, from the Shamayim, and Barak your people Yisrael, and the land which you have given us, as you swore to our fathers, a land flowing with milk and honey. Today Yahuah your Elohim is commanding you to do these laws and right rulings, and you shall guard and do them with all your heart and with all your being. You have today caused Yahuah to proclaim to be your Elohim, and to walk in his ways, and guard his laws, and his commands, and his right rulings, and to obey his voice. And Yahuah has caused you to proclaim today to be his people, a treasured possession, as he has spoken to you, and to guard all his commands, so as to make you high above all nations which he has made, for a praise, and for a name, and for esteem, and for you to be a Kodesh people to Yahuah your Elohim, as he has spoken.